Communicate with Rimas Rizvi. Discover the demand and price trend for spinel.
Since we opened our laboratory in Berula, Sri Lanka, I've been going to Sri Lanka a lot more. And this last trip, I was lucky enough to see and hear the story of this amazing, large, top color, loop clean Mahenge spinel. I know already it sounds too good to be true, but what makes it even more special is the cut that was put on this stone. It was cut for beauty, not for weight retention. Let's take a look now at the stone, the cutting, and hear from the cutter. What's the production like now?
I would say the Mahenge rush started about, as far as I know, started about 10 to 12 years ago. But in 2010, I suppose, the stone emerged and it reached top levels when it comes to color. But even then, there was not much of a high production. Stones came out from the mines on and off, 1 or 2 stones came out. Our guys have been there in the mines for the last 7 years, because before that they went to Darussalam, because people didn't know the people can buy it from Mahenge. Then later on, guys reached Mahenge, tried to settle down there in the mines, near the mines, and then people started buying directly from the miners. So this was the approach that was done about 8 years ago. Then production started. It came out well. People also were eager to produce more stones because there was a lot of demand, and then that's how it peaked. Then there was a sudden drop in pink and red spinels. 4 years back, the cobalt spinels emerged. There, it was a breakthrough in Mahenge spinel. Top quality cobalts, 2 carats, fetched $50,000. Superb quality, high-end stones. After that, suddenly the cobalt production dropped to 0, I would say. Now we have production in red and pink spinels, but it doesn't come in bulk, as you said. So we have to be there, we have to wait for another rush. And at the moment, what we are doing is what comes out of the mines in a little scale.
What would you say is the supply-demand ratio? How much more is the demand for high-quality spinel compared to the supply?
I would say, I wouldn't be wrong if I say it's 80-20. 20 would be the supply and demand would be the 80, because this is the only pocket or only mining area, Mahenge, where you get good vibrancy. There are spinels producing areas like Vietnam, in Sri Lanka, and so on. But the stones that come from Mahenge, I haven't seen that brilliance, that vibrance, that clarity. None of the mines will get, as far as I know, in terms of size, clarity and color. So this is what makes it one of its kind. So the only production place is Mahenge, and the whole world wants it. So how can we meet the demand? So that's why I would term it as 80-20.
So for every one top quality spinel, there's several buyers that want it then.
Of course there is. I would say if you have one top quality spinel in your hand right now, I would say you are one of the leaders or the kings in the trade.
Who are the buyers of fine quality Tanzanian spinel?
What I have studied through the past 8 years is that mainly I see Europeans, especially people from, they have a very good taste for good clarity spinels. Second, I would say is China. Chinese customers, even if they can go along with color comparison, they also look for good clarity, good cleanliness. So what I prefer is that Chinese and Europeans, they have quite a demand for spinels and they are crazy about it, as far as I have seen.
How is the nuance difference between the Europeans and the Chinese?
When it comes to size, I would say large size, high quality is always preferred by the Chinese. If it is Europeans, what they would do is that they can compromise on the size, but they always look for the quality and the cleanliness, which doesn't happen mostly on large size stones. In this case, this is one of. So that is the comparison as far as I see.
Please tell me about where the rough spinel came from and how large was it?
One fine morning when I was out of Sri Lanka, I got a call from one of the suppliers from Mahenge. He was asking me about a 34 carat stone with this specific color, what would be the price range. I asked my dealer, why are you asking me? Because I have bought many stones from him, but he hasn't asked me for the valuation. This made me a bit peculiar, and then I had to go to Tanzania myself and see the stone. When I saw the stone, I did know the reason why he asked for the price range, because this was a stone that is unearthed. I would say it is once in a lifetime stone. The stone was 100% look, not a pinch of dust.
How did you make the decision on how to orient the stone, how to cut it?
This stone, although we had the expertise in cutting this stone, whether it comes to shape, color, clarity, we had to get the opinions of 3 cutters in Beruala who are well versed. After so much analysis between myself and Dad, he has immense experience with the rough stones. After we decided which shape to go, we were expecting 17 carats after the polish. But my father insisted it's not about keeping the carat weight high. It's always about the beauty of the stone. Then we started the cutting process with the specified cutter. We ended up with 17 carats on preform, which was what we were expecting after polishing. That was not a problem for us. I was not regretting because the stone came out pretty well. From preform to polish, we ended up 15.10.